Black, gay, dad, poppy.
Well, I heard you were on CP24 this morning.
CP24, Ottawa Live, Pride FM, The Social, E-Talk Tonight. Girl, I did the run.
Apparently. And you still have energy.
I don't know why, because I was up at 4 o'clock painting this mug, and I'm surprised she's still slightly on. She's disintegrating slightly, but you know what? We're here.
I'm glad. And thank you for taking time to do my little old show on YouTube. You are amazing.
We're here to get into it. We're here to have the real conversation.
I'm here. So y'all, thank you for tuning in to that episode of Single Black Gay Dad. I have the amazing KimoraAmour doing her exit interview after that epic exit yesterday, last night on the cravetv show, Canada's Drag Race. Woo! We have so much to discuss. Like,
we do.
You came in with a bang and you left with a bang, and
a bang, a crawl, a fly, a fall, you name it.
What was that? I want to know, everyone wants to know what was going through your mind at that time. Like, was it that you didn't know the lyrics? Like, what was it?
I just said, fuck it. Like legit, I knew I was going home because I wanted to go home. And I hated this song a lot.
Well, you know the song though, because you were like trying to act like you don't know. I'm like, we all.
Oh, I know the song. We grew up with this song.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what?
If you get down on me, I get down on you. Oh yeah, bitch. Hello? I know that song. We all know that song. It was something we all grew up with. It was that stupid song from elementary school. We've been there with it.
But when you transcribe the lyrics, you're like, oh.
I just want to tell people. I mean, everyone's just like, oh, what were you? I'm just like, you know that this song is about someone wanting to nut. That's it. It literally is. It's just a song about ejaculation and male secretions and getting down.
If you get down on me, I'll get down on you.
I'll get down on you. And baby.
Well, first of all, what I should have also said at the beginning of this was congratulations on making it to the top 6, because that is an amazing accomplishment. People counted you out from the episode 1.
From episode 1.
All the way.
And I'm still here.
You made it. You made it.
Oh, I made it farther than I expected. So the fact that I made it to where I made it, I was very happy doing so. But because I knew I was going home, because at the end of the day, no matter what anyone was saying, I was finished. I was done. I had shown everything I had ever needed to show on that show. That's it. But
did something happen that day? Like, what triggered you? Like, is it that you just felt in your spirit after your runway that like you knew it was going to be your time? Like, what was it that was like, this is it? Like, I think people know, but like, what was it that made you feel that way?
There was it was a compound. It wasn't just one thing. The one thing that I know and that holds true to me is I knew I was not in this competition to win this competition. I was in this competition to have a good time.
Okay.
So because I was not in this competition to win it, and I knew that, because I know politics, or what I thought I knew was politics when it comes to Drag Race. I decided a long time ago that I was not in it to win it. I was in it just to have a good time and to have people know who I am. And seeing my sisters compete and really get worked up and hurt and worried about their trajectory within the competition, I'm just like, y'all bitches serious? Like, I was like, y'all know we just here for TV, right? Like, and so for me, when I realized that these girls are really in it to win it, I had to say, you know what? So I can sleep at night, I need to bow out, because it's getting real now. And because it's getting real now, I need to step away, because I'm not going to be up here ruining anyone else's dreams about, oh, well, I should have been on Drag Race. So I showed everything I made, literally everything I made, I got to show. Every runway I got to show. So after I had my last runway, I was like, I'm good.
So did you have any more outfits left if you didn't get eliminated? Like, what was your plan at that point?
There are things coming that will reveal many things. Because it's still, listen, I'll just say this. It's not the last time you're gonna see me.
Oh, we know that. We know that.
I don't mean in general. I just mean on the show in general.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
We'll stay tuned. We'll keep it locked. We'll keep it locked and find out.
Keep it locked, because it's not the last time you see me. It's not the last time I hit that runway. It's and I don't mean the finale. It's not the last time. So with that being said, yes, no. I executed every runway that required a look.
So what happened with the runway look from last night? Like, what went wrong? Like, what went wrong with the nude fabric? Like, what happened?
So the nude fabric was an iridescent fabric. It was skin tone. It wasn't a darker shade because it is very difficult in Toronto to find our skin tone. And you would think that in a big metropolis like Toronto, but literally the only place that I can find my skin tone is in Hamilton. And that's a 2 hour, not 2 hour, but that's a good drive. But a 2 hour transport if I'm taking the bus. But it's far. And I did not have the time within the time frame to get the right skin tone for that look.
Okay, because it wasn't up to your standards. So everyone was like, what happened?
Yeah, no, when you run out of fabric, you get what you think is enough, and you're like, okay, well, what else do I got? You have that.
You have to work with what you got.
The makeup wasn't where I wanted it to be because we literally had to go from the roast into the runway, and the time frame, it's tough. And especially for someone that had only been doing makeup for a year and some change, it's tough for me to narrow down, like to get looking like this. And this to me is mediocre. And this takes at least 2 hours to do. And that's just makeup.
Yeah,
so,
I always do. I do mine, and I think that I have time, and I'm like, I look, 2 hours has gone by. Like
2 hours is gone, and you're still like, I'm only on contouring. Like,
right?
Let me tell you, when you really sit in your mug, you need a solid 3 hours to sit in your mug if you're really trying to execute something.
Exactly. So if you want to know, like, how long do they give you guys for makeup and putting together the outfits? Like
so on average, you have to get fully dressed and that means pads, breasts, corsets, as well as fully makeup done in about an hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
So you're
crazy.
not only doing your makeup in that time, you have to be fully dressed.
Okay, that wouldn't work for me.
You have to get fully done and dressed within that time, and it's difficult, especially for someone who is used to, no offense, I'm a little bit of a pillow princess. I've always had a makeup artist and a team when I do pageants. So, it definitely is a little bit of a 360 when you have to, when you're used to one way of life, to have to do everything on your own.
And I'm glad you cleared that up, because I know that people are throwing shade about the makeup and all those things on TV. So I'm glad, like,
I've always had a artist, baby. Like, that's one thing.
Okay, good. Clear it up.
When you do pageants, you try to eliminate as much of the middleman as possible. So, and you want to keep your nerves, because you want to make sure that whatever you're doing for the stage is on the stage. And people have to remember, Brooklyn don't do her own makeup. She's got a wonderful makeup artist by the name of Victor, who's amazing. Priyanka now doesn't even do her makeup anymore. Again, Victor does a lot of Priyanka's makeup, and she has other makeup artists.
I wouldn't either.
And when you reach a certain level, you want to take a step back. And I've been blessed enough to have an excellent career as a nurse that I often had the opportunity and the blessing to be able to step back and have other people paint me and not have to paint myself. However, she has stepped up and she's learned at least a partial way of the way. I'm doing it and doing it well.
You are. Work smarter, not harder.
Slowly but surely, we's getting there. You are. Like, you stepped up your game in terms of makeup since the show. Like, you've really come
360 since then. So like you're applying it and it's working.
Oh yeah, let me tell you, I literally, when I got back, well, even before I left for the show, I had Starzy sit down and show me. I'm like, okay, sit down and show me how you achieve this and this, and I can kind of work around it. Again, I'm used to a longer time frame, but it is what it is. But when I came back home, I literally sat the bitch down. I'm like, listen, bitch, I need you to show me how to do and execute all the things that I need to at least learn to get me to certain places. Mind you, I still stay within a certain color palette, because that's my comfort zone. I love my burgundies, my purples, my blues. I'm not as adventurous as most people because it takes a little bit of security to be adventurous, I find. But I look okay. I look like a woman.
You too.
So, you know, I'm all right.
You do.
She's still okay.
So what regrets do you have this season? Like, is there anything that you wish that was shown, or anything that you, any messages that you had that you wanted anyone to know about? Like, was there anything that was missing that you regret, or any looks that you wish you gave and didn't give? Or
no, the only regret I said that I kind of felt like I had is I wish when I was done, I walked off instead of doing the lip sync. I wish I had just simply walked off and said, you know what, I'm done, I'm good. Y'all figure this out for yourselves. I'm going over there to find Jesus. Like, I really wish that's what I did, because the lip sync wasn't good. It wasn't for me, and I wasn't in the mood or the moment to really perform. That was it.
Because that's what bothered me as a fan, because I was like, you came in on such a high note, and I wanted you to also leave on a high note with your grace and dignity. And I don't want people walking away thinking that that is your lip sync. Like, you are amazing.
Oh, baby, that's not my lip sync. Baby,
I was like,
I have records to prove it. That's not my lip sync. But no, but you know what? I'm okay with people having any perceived notions of me, because if anyone has a perceived notion of me, they never had any intent to actually get to know me as an artist anyways. Seriously, the people who are for me are going to be for me. The people who are going to be against me are always going to be against me. And I'm completely and utterly okay with that. You have to be okay with that when you enter this kind of a game, because let's be real, the Black Queens don't always get the fairest shake 9 times out of 10. And I got a fair shake on this show. Legit, I have nothing negative to say about the shake that I got on this show. In fact, if anything, the show proved me wrong about what I believed the Drag Race experience probably would have ended up for me. Because let's be real, season 1 was not kind to the Black girls. Let's be all honesty, wholeheartedly real. So, you know, being a Black girl and someone who's very Black positive, to make it as far as I did, and mind you, I still left on my own terms. I still said I was leaving and I was done. You know, at the end of the day, that's where I
take that away from you.
Oh, baby, you can't take that away. Baby, you can't. The only thing you can take away is I don't perform boy band songs well. Surprise.
Well, I'm glad you picked it up, because I'm like, I don't want anyone walking away from this thinking that that's your lip sync and that's what you're gonna be given.
And you know, if they want to walk away with that, walk away. Baby, you're gonna miss a fun time with me on stage. That's on you.
What are you most proud of this season?
I have 2 proud moments. I think I'm proud of all of my runways in general, because they were wholeheartedly me, myself, and I, as far as what I envisioned, with the help of my wonderful designers, Anastasia Nakwe and Lulu Designs. So I'm very proud of all the runways, but especially for me, it would have to be the Deborah Cox, and also the, excuse me, the Ugliest Slave.
Yeah, that's a moment that's gonna be etched. I think from this season, that's gonna be one of those moments that they will always be talking about. It will always be referenced. It's a note.
and that's what I take away from it. It's like, at the end of the day, however you come in, because there's some people who came in rough and left on a high note. There's people who came in on a high note and left rough. It is what it is. It's the name of the game. Nothing in life works out how you always plan it to be and how you always want it to be. I'm sure anyone who even wins Drag Race always hopes to be a bigger star than they are. I'm sure there are people who
And
wish that
be.
there were bigger things and more money involved in other aspects of drag. And it is what it is. At the end of the day, I did it. I got to say I did it. I took a chance and I lived life, and I had something to show for it. What did you do? Like, what to the people? What did you do with your time while you were in the pandemic?
Yeah,
you started a show.
Yeah.
What did you do with your time during the pandemic? I got on Dragrace.
Yeah. But what a way to shut the haters up. So,
and I always have time for a hater.
always.
I will make personal time to tell somebody off, because you know what? If you have the time to literally throw hate or shade at someone because of your own inner demons, allow me to address that inner demon for you. Let me shake it up.
A sermon. Amen. So what message do you have for your supporters? Because there are many. So what do you want to tell them, the people like myself who are grieving today and wearing all black? Because
I know a lot of people are just like, why, God, why? And I'm just like, girl, my feet were that's another thing. I had the biggest gashes on my feet from standing in heels. For the amount of, like, my feet were, when I tell you I was limping out of there, my feet were done. I keep telling Drag Race I'm gonna send them the bill for my feet because they have destroyed my poor tootsies. Yeah, no. For my supporters, I say nothing but thank you. Thank you, and this is only the beginning. Like, literally, this is literally just the beginning. You have only gotten a taste of what's to come and of the craziness that is me. There is a lot to enjoy. There's a lot to see. There is so much more, because I'm not dead. You're going to have to deal with me until I'm 6 feet in the ground or burned to ashes. Pick. But no, thank you for all the support. Thank you for falling in love with me. Thank you for taking the time, all the kind messages. I haven't even been able to address all of the messages.
It must be overwhelming.
From just the ugliest sin episode. The amount of messages that I still have to answer is astronomical. I keep hitting maybe 5, 6, 7 at a time, and it just is never ending. And I'm so proud of that, because that moment, whether it broke your heart, woke you up, or made you feel a way,
as it should have,
it was important, and I'm so happy that I got to do it.
So are there any misconceptions about you based on your portrayal on the show that you want to clear up, or anything that people think about you that's not, I know you don't care, but is there anything that you want to clear up, any misconceptions of you that are not accurate?
I think the one quick one is this, and this is from the last episode, people think that I was trying to sabotage Geometric. You can't sabotage anyone on the show unless you try to cut up an outfit or anything else, and you can't do that. So, no, I wasn't trying to sabotage anyone. I literally blacked out. The only thing I remember legit of that entire lip sync was falling on the floor, not the actual fall, but waking up and be like, why the fuck am I on the floor? And then, literally coming out of it and being like, okay, and then blacking out again. I literally remember nothing, but I would never hurt Gia. Gia is, and always has been, one of my babies on the show. I love her to bits, that little skinny bitch.
I was gonna ask you, what is your relationship now? Like now after the show, like, are you guys still in touch? Like, are you guys?
Oh yeah. We actually wanted to do a photo shoot. Time didn't permit. We wanted to do a photo shoot together in Deluxe, but we got really busy with life.
Yeah.
And that's understandable, and that's okay. But no, when I say I love Gia wholeheartedly. That's my Scarborough bitch. And if people don't know she's from Scarborough, she's originally from Scarborough.
Okay.
So baby, we go back like a back attack.
I like that. So like this season is there like a sorority? Like is everyone good or is there cliques? Like
Of course, there's cliques. You know, the sisters, as I call them, the weird sisters. This is the nerd in me out of Macbeth, because it'll double toil and trouble. So the weird sisters are they always will have their clique, because that's their life. They were a girl group. You're always gonna have that connection.
yeah.
It's Beyonce, Kelly, and Michelle. Who's who? We'll find out. You have the three of them. They always have their clique, and then unfortunately, for some of the other girls, there is the old lady brigade, as I call them, and that is me, Isis, Suki, and OCN, and we kind of have our own little clique together, because we were the eldest of the group, and we were some of the most geriatrics.
They kept throwing shade. I'm like, when did 30-somethings become old? I was like, ooh, they need
well, let me tell you, but
stop
mind
that.
you,
I don't like that.
This girl, your bones remind you when you were up in them heels. For those, mind you, though, I am more comfortable in heels than I am in men's shoes. So, like men's dress shoes, like those shits are horrible. Yeah. But I'm more comfortable in heels than I am in most dress shoes. And I will say this, though, it takes a wear and tear on your body. However, I have never been more fit than I've ever been post Drag Race. Baby, that I need to get my Drag Race body back, because I lost almost 20 pounds on Drag Race.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I gained it right back when I came home. But
you eating good.
I lost a lot of weight on Drag Race, and it was a great diet. I'm not gonna lie, because all I was doing was drinking green smoothies, having one meal a day, because I was either corseted and couldn't eat, or didn't want to eat because I'm in drag, and I don't eat in drag because you just get bloated and gassy and nauseous. Forget it. So green smoothies and one meal a day. Even though they try to force you to eat as much as possible, they force you to eat. Like they want you to be healthy and well. But you just can't do it sometimes. But I lost amazing weight from all the dancing and working out and walking around in heels and everything. So yeah. It was
so
good.
The people want to know, what's next for Kimora? I know you guys are gearing up for tour, but what's next?
So what's next for Kimora? I'm hoping there is a place in media for me. It's what I really have found that I love. I love having conversations, having difficult conversations. And I learned that from the show, because we had a lot of difficult conversations, like especially the one about pronouns. Like no one wants to be as open, especially in our generation, when it's just like, oh, there goes one of them days again. You know, like we have our old school way of thinking, because you know, for us, androgyny was the word. It's like, oh, I'm androgynous, and we realize, and we forget that was turned into the new they, them, and gender neutral and non-binary. They just put different titles to it. And I think that annoyed a lot of us, because we're just like, we don't want to learn new shit. We just got to hold the shit we got. So, you know, but, you know, it comes a time where you have to say, okay, this is not going anywhere. This is real. This is life. This is happening. You know, life in the world is changing, and it's either we get on with it, or it leaves us behind and we become fossilized dinosaurs like the people we talked about when we were young.
Exactly. We gotta move with the times.
You gotta move. You gotta. I'm just not gonna become no tittied queen and no pads. You are not seeing a lopsided body in any garment I put on. You gonna see me in pads. You gonna see me in breasts. That's just it. We ain't doing that new age shit.
Thank you so much for interviewing with me. I know it was a very, very busy media day, and I thank you for taking the time to interview with me. This just, again, speaks to how humble and amazing you are. People don't know that about you, but I do, as your friend, your best friend. You are amazing. And
that's all. Listen, if you can't do shit for the people around you, then what the hell are you doing all this shit for?
Hello.
If I have a platform, if I ain't bringing everyone up with me, what am I doing it for?
Amen.
You have to be able to do this because it's very lonely when you reach the top, baby. You don't want to be alone when you reach that top.
Build
you
your
want to
team
have
up
your
with
people
you.
around you.
Amen.
Okay.
Thank you. Congrats making it to top 6. I can't wait to see what comes next. Can't wait to check out.
There's more. I'm not done yet.
Oh, there's so much Amour, and we always want Amour. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Single Black Gay Dad, and I will catch you in the next one.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now.